Hey everyone, Jason here. Welcome back to the layout. It's been a really long time. I think the last time I posted a layout update was either December, maybe January of this past winter. I realized it's been way too long since my last video, so it's now Labor Day weekend. I'm home for the weekend, so I thought I'd put a video together of the layout and what's been added, what's new. I have still been adding things and improving things here and there. For those of you who don't know, this layout is built in Cleveland, Ohio, and for the last 3 years I've been living in Chicago, or the Chicago area. So I'm only back here to work on the layout a few times throughout the year, and even fewer times do I have the extra time to film a video and put one together. So I try to do at least 2 a year right now. I'm hoping to do more, especially towards the end of 2017 and into 2018, because I still love working on the layout and still love collecting trains. I really hope one of these days I can build another layout in an even bigger basement. But until then, I'm still going to be working on this one, and I'm not getting out of the hobby. I'm not selling anything right now. In my last video I was selling a few items, and hopefully that didn't make people think that I was trying to get out of the hobby. That's definitely not the case. I'm enjoying it as much as I ever have, running the trains a whole lot while I'm home. So I plan to keep going and hopefully give you more updates throughout the year. So I'll go ahead and get started, show you what's new, do a tour of the layout, and I hope you enjoy it.
Alright, so first, this might not look like anything new, but it is actually new to the layout. This is a Proto 3 Norfolk Southern ES44, and I have a lot of ES44s on the layout, a lot of the heritage units, and one other black Norfolk Southern ES44 similar to this one. The old one I have is Proto 2, and I run that one a whole lot, and I really wanted another black NS ES44, so I added another one. Only difference between this one and my old one is this is Proto 3, the other one's Proto 2. I looked over the details and I personally couldn't find a single thing that was different with it as far as details and paint scheme go. Only difference would be the internals, and that this one has LED ditch lights, headlights, cab lights and everything, whereas the old version doesn't. So you'll see this going around leading an intermodal freight here in just a little bit. Okay, so here are some items I'm really excited about. I picked these up almost a whole year ago. I picked these up from Stockyard Express, and they were just stored away at my apartment for almost an entire year. And I finally brought them home to the layout, and these are the Atlas well cars and containers, all offered by Atlas. I bought 4 sets of the well cars. You can see I have the Pacer stack train, the blue one, TTX, that's the yellow one here, and then down here there's the brown well cars. The closest one is Florida East Coast. I think you can see the FEC logo on there. And on the other side, can't really see it right now, but maybe when the train's going around, is the BNSF circle logo car. And then I went ahead and got the 6-pack of EMP containers, 6-pack of the green hub group containers, 6-pack of the red hub group containers, and then I got one of the assortment packs, which is would have been the 2 UMAX containers, another 2 EMP, and another 2 green hub group cars. So in total, 4 sets of well cars with 6 containers in each of the well car. So 24 containers. They're awesome. They're die cast. The containers are plastic, but the well cars are die cast. But all I would say, anyone who wants to purchase these, be really careful taking these out of the box. Even though they are die cast, there's a ton of detail on them. If I zoom in here on the end, even though a lot of this is die cast, some of it is plastic, I'd say the biggest thing you have to be careful of is the guiding shims right here that my finger's kind of pointing to. Those break off extremely easily. So even though they're packaged in really well, I think I've broken 2 or 3 and had to glue them back into place, and I was being really careful. So these containers are pretty cool. I hope Atlas, I know they're going to make some more containers and well cars. I might pick some of those up. I really hope they do a JB Hunt container. I also really hope they do another run of the EMP container, but in white. Those are what you see the most on modern railroads, along with these, especially on the Norfolk Southern Railroad. So that's why I picked them up, and very happy with them. One more little item worth mentioning: I picked up one of these flashing rear end devices, or FRED as people call them. These aren't anything new. MTH has had these out for a long time, and Lionel puts them on some of their freight cars now too. I just picked one of these up at Uncle Ray's Trains in Sheffield Lake. I hadn't ever put one on the end of a train, and I decided to put one on the back of this hopper, which I use as a buffer car on the ethanol train. So just a little added touch. You just unscrew the truck of your MTH freight car and pop the wheel set off and put the new one on. Pretty simple, and it's a nice touch of realism. The light pulses pretty bright, and if you want to be prototypical, really it shouldn't be flashing quite like that. It should be a lot dimmer and just simple blink on and off, but it still looks good. Okay, so a quick overview of the layout. When you come down the basement, I have some trains up there. I'm completely out of shelf space. Shelves there and shelves down along the side, shelves along the front side here. I've got the mountain. I can run. There's really 4 separate loops. I typically run trains at one time, and a double reversing loop, which can also double as its own loop. So since my last video, I wish I could say there was a bunch of stuff I added. Apart from a few trees, there's really not much. I'd still really like to put something in this blank flat area right here. Even if I just put like a hill with a bunch of trees on it, I think that would look better than just a plain flat grass area, maybe some kind of park or something. But up here, not really much else, unfortunately. There's not much room for anything except for this area here, and add trees in various places, maybe somewhere along here. And coming through the rest of the layout, sorry to report, there's really not much done. Nothing added except for the mountain. There's been more trees added and bushes here and there, but yeah, there's not much more to do. I've got all the road railers on that shelf. I think a lot of you have seen all these before, but most of my engines that don't fit on the layout are up here on this shelf. So you can see there's a lot of Norfolk Southern equipment. I'm out of room. You know, maybe if maybe I can put a shelf somewhere over here, but the camera doesn't want to focus. But for now, there is no other shelf space, and I hate to say it, I think I've outgrown the layout. At least I've outgrown the space. So there's cars even on that shelf there, and there's old Lionel cars in that chest on the ground. So yeah, really I'm just got everything packed onto this layout. So a question I get almost every time I post a video is, can you post a schematic of what your design looks like? And yes, I can do that right now. As you can see, this is kind of a crude drawing. It was the best I could do. I'm no engineer, but there's 3 levels on the layout.
You can pause this video to see which level does what. There's a top level, a middle level, and a bottom level. All of them are connected, and I did my best to illustrate that in the drawings. It's 21 by 8 feet, 21 by 8 foot layout, and I wish it was a lot bigger, but I was able to do a good bit in the space I had. So hopefully that helps a lot of people understand where the trains are going, how things are all connected, and how I run the layout. So let me know if you have questions on that. Alright, so that's going to do it for the update. I'm going to leave you with footage of the trains running like I usually do. And like I said, I want to make more videos from now until the end of the year. I'd like to do maybe some videos of me going to some of my favorite local train stores, some product, some looks at a few of the products that I have, the things that are good and bad about them. Go through maybe some other details of the layout, things that I think I did well, maybe things I did poorly. Let me know what you'd like to see, and I'll do my best to film it. Anyways, if you have questions, please put them in the comments below. I'll do my best to answer them. And again, hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time.